Today we are indoors doing some Q&A. I wouldn't say it's raining, but there was like a very light drizzle outside, and I had a feeling if I were to go live, it probably would have gotten my phone wet, and the screen would have just been annoying. So we are inside. I hope everybody's having a blessed Monday. Just doing some Q&A. By the way, shout out to my friend Chef Michael. He fed me some super bussin' broccoli and cheddar soup today. It was amazing. And it was actually really easy the way he made it. He literally had like 5 ingredients. Oh, I never pinned my comment. Okay. There we go. Hello from Chicago. What's up, Vic? Shout out to Chicago. Yeah, it was really good. So how is everybody's week going? Hello from Brussels. Like Brussels sprouts? What's good, Kelly? Hey. So we actually just had the AT&T person here as well. And that's why I'm kind of late today. Hello from Massachusetts. Shout out to Massachusetts. Beverly has no sound. Does anybody else have no sound? Hello from Fiji. Shout out to Fiji. What's up, Mary? Shout out to California. Hi, Alexa B from Florida here. Quick question. What is your question, Alexa? I will answer it. Hello from Atlanta, Georgia. What's good, Kim? Eric, what's the rule for eating broccoli or salad when on keto? There is no rule. I don't know. Some people have this weird thing where they're like, I don't count carbs from green vegetables. I don't follow all that. I think you should just track your net carbs and don't make it overly complicated. Okay, DC, you hear me. Thank you. Please, can you shout me out? I love your channel. Hey, shout out to Alexa. Hello from Portland, Oregon. Hi from New Jersey. What's good, everybody? Do you have pinto beans? I do not eat pinto beans often, but if you want to put a few tablespoons, say you're making a keto burrito, like a cheese shell burrito, and you want to put some pinto beans on there, you definitely can, because a few tablespoons is not going to be enough to actually kick you out of ketosis. Target has Evolve protein shakes, and I bought it, but not sure if it's good or not. I'm not sure, Birdie. I'm not a huge... I don't drink protein shakes for the purpose of a protein shake. I put them in my coffee because they taste good. But other than that, I'm not sure about like other protein shakes out there. I just like the caramel Premier Protein one. But I don't know. I would just make sure it fits in your net carbs. And if it's not sweetened with maltitol or anything funny, then it should be fine. Do you measure all of your food? I really eyeball things at this point in my keto journey. Once you get fat adapted, once you become active and you start working out, you're more likely to be in ketosis despite going over a little bit on your carbs. So at this point, it's unnecessary for me to measure everything I'm eating. But at the beginning, you definitely should measure as carefully as possible, because the difference between ketosis or not could be 5 carbs. And if you underestimate how many carbs are in something, and you do that 3 times over the course of a day, there's a chance you're going to get kicked out of ketosis. And the goal with a keto lifestyle is to stay in ketosis for a long period of time during your first few months. And eventually, you don't need to be so strict, but you're trying to get yourself to a place where your body prefers fat for energy, where your body no longer relies on glucose, and you can like become metabolically flexible. You can activate fat burning a lot easier than somebody who's just starting. So at the beginning, I would measure your food. As you stay on keto for a while, you'll notice testing your ketones with a blood monitor will show you a lot of the times if I have 40 net carbs in a day, I'm still in ketosis, which would not have been the case at the beginning of my journey. What is the thing you call queso? Oh, it's like Q-U-E-S-O. It's just melted cheese. You're welcome, Manicured. All right, let's go to the bottom. Thanks for all your help. Grateful follower. Yo, thank you, Tony. I'm just glad that you have questions to ask. If anybody's watching and you guys have questions or advice to share, or just want to like make social connections through this, feel free to use it for whatever purpose you need. You're welcome, Erica. You are the best. Hello from Virginia. What's up, Jen? Yes, and the coffee, they're good. Try the peanut butter one in your coffee. Ooh, they have peanut butter protein shakes. I wonder how that is in your coffee. What's your favorite chili recipe? I love beans in mine, so it's hard for me. Same with taco soup. I mean, you could have a few tablespoons of beans in a chili recipe for sure, and it may not kick you out of ketosis. So I'm not saying it's off limits, but I only have one chili recipe, and it's on my page from a few weeks ago. No, on Halloween. So, which feels like a few weeks ago. It's crazy how fast time goes by. But I posted it on, I think, Halloween or like the day before. I found a keto can of soy black beans. Just made a chili with it. So good. I've heard that the black soybeans are super low in carbs. What kind of alcohol? You can have most keto alcohol. Sorry, on keto you can have most alcohol if it's like not flavored. So most non-flavored liquors are good. You can also have hard seltzers. You can have light beers. You can have dry wines. Yeah, the 2 to 3 tablespoons of pinto beans is not going to be an issue, low carb life. I read today that keto does not work for women. Is that true? Just ask any of the women watching this if keto worked for them. I'm sure a large percentage of them it did work for. Being in Austin, isn't it hard to resist all the good food out there? Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's very easy to keto-fy. There's like the super good food vibe here, I think, is like the Tex-Mex. And me and Anna do this all the time. Maybe once a week, we'll go get fajitas. And we just won't eat the tortillas or the rice. And speaking of beans, sometimes I will have a few tablespoons of beans. But it's like the Tex-Mex here is so good. And then we'll start off with like a chorizo queso, and I'll ask for cucumbers or bell peppers to dip with the queso. What does the open microwave mean? Shout out to Kumakazi. What's good? All right, let me go back to the bottom. Can't eat candy, no soda unless it's diet, no sugar. Wait, what are you saying? What is that about, Birdie? Keto had worked for me for 8 years so far. Whoa, Deanne, that is amazing. I love to hear it. How much weight prior to keto? I lost 80 pounds. I weighed 240. I got to 160. Now I'm in like the 180s because I've been lifting weights. I lost 60 pounds at 56 years old. It works. Whoa, Carly, that is amazing. 50 pounds down on keto. Nice. Keto works. Everybody's saying it works. Keto works for me and still does. Oh my God, yes, keto works for women. Keto works for sure. Everyone is saying it works. So for the person who was told that it doesn't work for women, there is your answer. So the black soybeans have the same texture as regular black beans. Whoa, I need to try this out. So fun fact, if you guys haven't noticed my like bottom left eyelid twitching, ever since Anna's trip, or really the second half of it, she left on Friday. And since like Saturday night, my left eye has been twitching. But she gets home tomorrow, so it should stop. I just wanted to say that in case anybody noticed my eye twitching. Keto is hard in the UK, very small things available. It's hard everywhere. And if you're in the US, you're very lucky, but also it's still not going to be easy because at the end of the day, you want to be eating mostly like meat, vegetables, cheese, things like that. And you don't need to be in the US to access those foods. The keto treats we can find at the grocery store, you should actually consider yourself lucky you don't have them as readily available, because for people who struggle to lose weight on keto, those can kind of be not the best idea. Like, I live right next to a Walgreens. At any moment, I could just go buy 6 Quest cookies and eat them all. Fan of asparagus? If so, best way to cook. I like asparagus. I air fry it, but the tips get burnt. I think baking it would be good too. Or like pan frying it. Or microwaving it. I like microwaving things. My daughter has the peanut butter protein. I was eyeballing it. Hey, I feel you, Tanya. Where can I find me a good keto cookbook? My book has not only over 100 really easy recipes, it has like 60 days worth of meal plans, a giant grocery list, a huge beginner's guide, everything you need to know about getting started on keto. And you can get it on Amazon. Type in breaking up with carbs. Do you combine keto and intermittent fasting? I don't fast. I did for like a year or so and I liked it, but it's just not for me because I like having like a creamy coffee and I also like eating late. Good morning from Center something Vietnam. Hey, good morning. Hello from Corpus Christi, Texas. What's up? I eat peanut butter and then I discovered that it contains brown sugar. That's not good. Yo, have a blessed night, Jen. All right, let's go back to the bottom. How many carbs should you consume in a day? For the average person, you want to stay under 25 net carbs per day. Your book is wonderful. Thank you so much, Kathy. Buy his book. Thank you so much, Christy. Can I eat chocolate on keto? Is it only 80% upwards? You can have chocolate. If you want to just stick with something natural, yeah, just stick with like a very high percentage. Or just buy the Lily's stevia sweetened chocolate. But not everybody likes that because not everybody's into the artificial sweetener taste. But if you're not into the taste of artificial sweeteners, I recommend you kind of just eat a little bit every now and then for the next like few weeks. This is my thought process. If you give up on keto every weekend because you have a super crazy sweet tooth and you need chocolate and the keto chocolate just doesn't satisfy you, my best advice would be just have like a tiny piece of chocolate every day for a few weeks of keto chocolate that's stevia sweetened. And even if you don't like it, eventually your taste buds will acclimate and you won't even notice that it's an artificial sweetener. My favorite way to cook asparagus is on the grill. I could actually get with that. That sounds like that is the best way. Roasting is good. True low carb life. What vitamins do you need when on keto? Not really anything specific, but I take a multivitamin, vitamin D, turmeric, fish oil, and magnesium and potassium. How do I know if I got kicked out of ketosis if I don't have test strips? It's really hard to tell if you're not using a blood monitor. Even urine strips don't work, but just go by how you feel. If you all of a sudden have insane cravings and you feel like low energy, there's a chance you got kicked out of ketosis. The snacks can stall weight loss, but the snacks helped me on vacation. That's like the best explanation I've heard. Keto snacks and keto fun foods are an amazing way to help you when you're struggling, and they're an amazing way to help you get over your carb addiction, but they're not something you want to be eating all day, every day. I started keto on August 30th and lost 26 pounds. Oh, let's go. Congrats. I had the same problem with my eye. It lasts up to 2 weeks, hopefully much sooner for you. Thank you. I'm assuming it'll go away tomorrow. It's easy to do and you'll feel so much better. I saw your eye twitch as soon as you said it. Yeah, DC5. It just did it again. I lost 45 pounds in 11 months. Nice, Johnny. Congrats. Keto is hormone balancing and gut healing. That's facts. Your nerves from missing her. I know, Dora. But I'm excited. I always say the last day of her trips doesn't really count because I'm so excited about waking up the next day and like going to pick her up. I've lost 49 pounds since May. Works great. Nice, Nikki. All right. What's up, Andra? Yo, we got In Love in the house. What's good? Would you give a shout out to my husband, Aaron, who finally joined me on keto and is looking good? Yo, shout out to Aaron. Hey, thank you for answering my question. You're welcome, Jennifer. All right, I have to remove somebody from the live. Lily's peanut butter cups, yum. I love all the Lily's stuff. When is your second book coming out? It should be out in January at some point. Is sesame seed oil good or bad, Eirik? I don't know exactly the answer to that. I just know that you want to avoid most vegetable oils like canola and soybean oil. Can I make your pumpkin pie in those small muffin things? I would try it, see what happens. Your book is wonderful. Thank you, Kathy. How many carbs did you consume in a day? Okay, I already answered those. Let me go back to the bottom. I love your recipes. Thank you, Care Bear. You're welcome, Carly. I lost 15 in a month, but I had to go hardcore on keto and working out. Yeah, sometimes it's not worth it to speed up the weight loss. It's actually better to just embrace it and be like, I'm going to lose 1 or 2 pounds a week. And as long as I'm consistently losing like 4 pounds a month over the course of a year, that's a lot of weight. Is there a such thing as not eating enough on keto? I'm really hungry, but the scale hasn't moved. So not eating enough would never cause you to not lose weight. When you're under eating, you're going to be losing weight. If the scale isn't moving, there could be a lot of things happening. I would buy a measuring tape and measure the inches around your waist. Sometimes the scale is deceiving. And also if you mean it hasn't moved in like a few days, think about weight loss in terms of months. How many pounds did you lose this month? Not how many did you lose in the past 6 days. What's good, Heidi? Maybe Anna has an eye twitching too. Maybe. Love the haircut. I actually didn't get a haircut, but thank you. I don't know if tofu is keto. I am not into tofu. I've never had it. I don't think I would want to eat it. Your page is everything right now. Thank you. Thank you, Care Bear. Yep, always give it time. And yes, Anne, the scale is so deceiving. It's like the worst thing to rely on. If you're emotionally affected by the number on the scale, it's a really bad way to track progress, because if you're weighing yourself every day and you're not emotionally affected by it, fine, it's a good way to track progress. But if that number has an effect on your emotions, it's a really bad way to track progress, because sometimes it just goes up naturally. Even if you're at a caloric deficit, you may go up a pound one day. And if you let the scale play with your emotions, that day that your weight just naturally fluctuated, even though you're in the long term still losing fat, that fluctuation could cause you to feel bad. And when people feel bad, they're more likely to binge. And when you binge, you actually stop losing weight. So I would just think in those terms, like, how does the scale affect my emotions? If there's ever a day where I'm going up in weight, is this causing me to binge eat? And if it is, the scale is doing more harm than good. And if that's the case, I would either only weigh yourself like once a month, or I would only track your inches once a month. Because too much feedback for someone who's very sensitive to feedback is not helpful. Yes, you're right. It makes me panic when I don't see changes on the scale. Exactly, Jennifer. I ordered your book for my daughter for Christmas. She is starting keto. Oh, let's go. Thank you so much. That just made my day. Your post makes me feel like I have a family of support. Thank you for that. You're welcome. That's what I'm here for. That's what this is about. Like, if anybody remembers these lives back in the day, there's still a whole family of us, but the Turtle Gang in like 2019, like everyone who tuned into these, maybe it's because I did it every day instead of like 4 days a week, but there were like so many conversations going on during these lives, just in the comments. It was amazing. What's your favorite breakfast? Just coffee with a caramel protein shake. And if I eat something like meat of some sort, I'm not sure. I don't really eat breakfast. I used to weigh every day and I was devastated. Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's not the best thing to do. Are you counting calories? I feel like every time I make a keto dessert, I'm going over my calorie intake. I don't count them. I let keto balance out my appetite, and I just kind of naturally stay where I want to be. But if you can count them, it's going to put you in more of control over your weight loss and the pace at which you're losing. But if you're not comfortable counting them, don't tell yourself you have to, because you really don't. Oh, so you like tofu and love. Yeah, I've never had it. Thanks again for answering my questions. I feel so much better, but like I said, the scale hasn't moved in 3 weeks. If it hasn't moved in 3 weeks, maybe I would address some things happening that could be happening. Like, what is your sleep like? What is your stress like? How many snacks are you eating? Are you eating when you're bored? You want to set up your lifestyle in a way where you're eating only when you're actually hungry. And some things that will cause you to eat when you're not hungry are like poor sleep. You might wake up really hungry because that's what happens to your hunger hormones. When you're stressed out, some people stress eat. So you want to go into looking at your habits and like, when are you eating when you know you're not hungry, but you're just eating to eat? And those could be examples of things you should try to eliminate or work on reducing those instances, and that will help a lot. I use an app called Carb Manager. It makes it easy to track your intake. Nice. There's also one called Keto Diet Tracker. I love keto so much, it's the only thing that makes me feel my best. When I cheat, it's not even worth it. Yo, you already know the vibes. I found keto culture buns at Walmart. Oh, nice. I have not had those yet. Since you don't eat breakfast, do you make up for lunch? I don't really think in the sense of like making up for the fact that I didn't eat breakfast. I kind of just eat like 2 meals at like 4 p.m. or whenever, like 6 p.m. and then I'll have one at 10 p.m. And I just eat as much as I want in those 2 meals. I tried the cold brew with caramel protein, not bad. Right? It's actually really good. I eat deviled eggs for breakfast. I love deviled eggs. What movie did you watch? The other night I went to the movies and I watched The Matrix. It was like a rerun of the old one. I think they were playing it because the new one's coming out. But it was good. I hadn't seen it since I was probably 5 or 6, so. What brand snacks do you recommend? I like them all. I like High Low Life. I like High Key. Are you concerned about cholesterol? So at first I wasn't. And then I got a blood work done, and I was. And then I talked to people who are smarter than me about blood work. And they said, go to your doctor and order an advanced LDL subclass test. And once I saw those results, I realized keto has no negative impact on your cholesterol. Most doctors are just not testing with enough. They're not running the right test to address somebody on a high-fat diet and assess their risk of heart disease. You really need to ask for an advanced LDL subclass test. All right. High Key has Rice Krispie treats. Oh my God. I need to get those. They had these brownie crisps that I was not that into at all. But I'll try the Rice Krispie treats because their cereal Rice Krispie is good. I like Quest. Quest has good stuff. And Quest is like everywhere. Is palm oil and sugar-free peanut butter a concern? Not for your health, but some people have an issue with it for the environment. What are your thoughts on bone broth? Bone broth is amazing. It's really good for you too. I'm feeling better. I think your prayer and this community helped. Your videos made me feel better while recovering. Oh, I'm so glad to hear it, and love. That's what this is about. That's why we're here right now. Where do you get your caramel protein shake? Usually Costco. They stopped carrying them. Now I get them at Walmart. So no cooking today in love. I told myself that while Anna is on her trip, I'm just going to take these evenings to do activities for myself. Tonight I was going to go to my running group, but I actually changed my mind and I'm going to another meditation group that I've been wanting to go to, but it's always at the same time as my running group. And I kind of just feel like I want to go to this meditation one. So we'll see how this goes. It's at 7. And then I'll be back. Tomorrow I pick her up from the airport. I don't know what time. Depending on then, we may or may not do a cooking live. And then Wednesday, Thursday, cooking lives. And then back to the Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You got me hooked on protein shake iced coffees and whipped cream. Now adding whipped cream, that is like the next level. I found vanilla flavored bone broth. Whoa, Brianna. I thought you just meant bone broth. I don't know how I feel about vanilla flavored bone broth. She's in Florida, no new friends. By the way, are you Casey? Suggestions: can't eat red meat, fish, seafood, anything with iron. That's weird. I'm not sure why. I don't know. Like, I would just eat cheese, maybe. Yo, what's good, April? The blood test, advanced LDL, was it covered by your health plan? It was by mine. If it's not, it's like $100, and I think it's totally worth it, because if your doctor's telling you to stop keto and you stop because you didn't want to pay the $100 for the advanced test, you're going to pay way more than $100 in the long term of like dealing with your health. So Jers did not like the Rice Krispie treats. Yep, the LDL test is the way to go. I know about the bone broth, but it honestly tastes like tea. Okay, that makes more sense, comparing it to tea. So you're not Casey. We had somebody else named No New Friends whose name was Casey. Yo, I'm feeling blessed, April. I actually hung out with Chef Michael today. I was at his house for a few hours, and we had a lot of fun. I worry about bone broth if the animals are healthy. That's a good concern, too. Yeah, meditation is a vibe. It's actually boring, but it's a vibe. Who stole my name? I know, right? What's good, Mel? My little sister started keto this year. When we did, her cholesterol has dropped significantly. Oh, nice. I tried the $7 keto bread yesterday, 0-carb bread. Have you tried it? Which brand? So this person, Kes Mommy, not only has to avoid iron, they also have to avoid cheese because they're lactose intolerant. Is this just your like secretive way of telling us you're a vegan? And if it's not, I'm really sorry. That would be rough. Having to avoid iron and dairy. Like, what are you? You're just eating a vegan diet at that point. Not even, because certain like leafy greens you couldn't have. All right, guys, we're going to get spiritual up in here. Is Ezekiel bread good? I would not go with Ezekiel bread. There's a lot of low-carb breads out there now. So, what are your thoughts on TKD keto? Do you mean like a targeted keto diet? Like carb cycling? I think that people can benefit from it, especially if they're super active, like they're into CrossFit and stuff. But if you're sedentary, I don't think it's a good idea. All right, let's get spiritual. Here we go. Yo, Lord, please be with anybody who is struggling on their keto journey and help them realize that they have the power to change their eating habits. Thank you for bringing this amazing community together. We're so blessed to have each other. And most importantly, thank you for giving us life, because every day we wake up is truly a blessing, and we should never, ever take that for granted. Amen. All right, let's get this breathing exercise in. Breathe in feelings of gratitude. Hold it and feel your body relaxing. Breathe out any stress or negativity. Breathe in feelings of inner peace. Hold it and feel your body continuing to relax. Breathe out any tension or anxiety, and remind yourself everything's happening exactly as it should be. Breathe in feelings of self-love. Hold it and feel your body continuing to relax. Breathe out any self-doubt or negativity and remind yourself that you are beautiful and you are worthy of reaching your goals. Dang, Jen. Yeah, we've been live for like 30 minutes now. All right, let's get this visualization in. All right, close your eyes, relax. Imagine that you are at the grocery store and you're filling up your cart with groceries. And imagine you're approaching the aisle that has the carbs that you crave the most. For me, maybe it's the frozen aisle. And it's like those Hot Pockets. Or those little soft pretzel bites with cheese like infused inside of them. Maybe it's the candy aisle for you. Imagine as you're approaching the candy aisle, you turn into it. And rather than trying to avoid it, you're like, you know what? I'm going to walk through this aisle and I'm going to remind myself how much control I really have. So imagine you're walking through that aisle. You look at that bag of Kit Kats, the party-sized bag, the giant bag of Kit Kats. And you look at them and you say, I used to think I loved these, but now I know the truth. I don't want these. I don't need these. And nothing good would come from having these. And imagine you keep walking down the aisle. You get to the Butterfingers or the Snickers bars. You look at them and you say, I used to think I loved these, but now I know the truth. I don't want these. I don't need these. And nothing good would come from having these. And then imagine you make it to the M&Ms or the Skittles. And you're at the end of the aisle and you're so proud of yourself, but this is like your real trigger food, like your favorite candy. And you look at it and you say, I used to think I loved these, but now I know the truth. I don't want this. I don't need this. And nothing good would come from having this. And imagine you walk out feeling confident, feeling proud of yourself, and knowing that you can do anything because you really can. I believe in you. I love you. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a blessed night.